I've got. Do you know what I've got for you today? I've got 5 ideas, and I want your opinion on something.
Okay.
So, marketing pros, we place someone in a company, as you know, and we were just thinking about different ideas for when that person starts. You know, what could we send the client that would be meaningful? That would be quite a cool thing that would make it look like we care and all that shit. And we came up with all the generic stuff. They're talking about, we'll send them some South African wine or some biltong or something like that. And I was like, yeah, it's okay, I like that. But I was like, it's pretty generic, pretty dull. Fine, let's do it. I came up with an idea that has gone, I can't get this over the line. People don't want to do it. They think it's weird, they think it's stupid, they think it's creepy. I really like it. My idea is we send a little model bobblehead of the person that you have hired.
So my brain immediately went to, what happens if we get rid of him? What's going to happen to that bobblehead?
Yeah, that's what people say. And I get that. That's LeBron James, by the way.
It's LeBron James.
And we've also got...
what a basketball player, eh?
That's the Queen.
Have you ordered a couple of these just to see what they look like?
I bought them on holiday. I've also found a vendor in Vietnam.
Whoa, stop. So you bought them on holiday. So you went to a shop. Where were you?
I was in Crete.
You're in Crete. So in Crete, I can understand the LeBron James piece because, you know, he's a legend. Why the Queen in Crete?
I don't know. Lots of British tourists.
Just show the Queen again. Good old Lizzie. Oh, that's not very favourable, is it?
It's not great.
Okay, so you want to send lifelike versions of all of your staff that you place to the new employee.
Mahara hire like a digital marketing expert. They hire Marco. He's going to come and sort out their fucking paid ads. Marco starts on Monday. In the post, you get this, you know, really nicely fit, you know, nice package, and in it you open it, and you've got a bobblehead likeness of Marco.
What happens if Marco doesn't make it? Don't you think they're just going to tear the head off the doll in like some weird kind of voodoo, you know, wild thing kind of?
Yeah, so I get that it is fucking weird. So that's not lost on me. That's not lost.
How much is it? It's unit economics.
It's under £100 for your
per doll.
Yeah, because it's bespoke to that person, isn't it? So
I am
get a likeness.
So glad whoever told you to put this in the bin is making you go, it's in the bin. I'm going to see if I can resurrect it with a conversation with me. £100 a head, literally.
It could be an issue, but let's just put that to a side.
Yeah, let's put practicalities and realism to the side. Yeah, okay. As a business podcast, but sure. Yeah.
Okay, I've got some ideas for you today. We'll go through them quite quickly. None of them are very good. I just wonder if we can make something of these.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Some of these, there is something in there somewhere. And I want you to go, that's the one, if you had to pursue it. 'Cause I think there's some genuine foundational stuff. All right, number one. Booking a holiday, fucking nightmare, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's a nightmare because there's so many places to go, so many different pricing options, so many little niche sites that do it. And there's a lot of people I know that get fucking good deals on stuff. I don't, because I am not interested in trawling around on the internet for deals. So I think I would love one of those fucking people that trawls around the internet for deals working for me to book my holiday. So you set up a little micro travel agency business where you just go and book holidays, or you find deals for people and you charge them a percentage of saving. So I'm like, I want to do some all-in kids shit, 2 weeks, somewhere hot, budget $4,000. They find me something good for $3,000, they get a cut of the saving.
You know, this has existed since the 50s, right? This is a travel agent. The difference is you're not giving them the cut. The people that they book with give them a cut, an affiliate fee. So, yeah, do I think travel agents need to exist? In some circumstances for a concierge service, or maybe like saving you money, great. But they already do, Doug.
Yeah, but they don't exist as a side hustle. Janet, who's fucking retired from her job as a bookkeeper, no, she goes, she goes every fucking year to Corfu, right? Janet knows every little fucking deal, how to get your flight, who your little taxi driver is to take you there. And you just say to Janet, you just set up your little side thing, helping people that go to Corfu. And maybe she charges a fee. Maybe she takes a take on the other side, whatever. But she would be very valuable to me. I don't want to go to like West Cliff Travel Services on the high street. They'll just book me an EasyJet. That's not useful to me. Idea 2. I don't think this is practical. You might be able to get this working. So I'm making dinner. I'm making a spaghetti bolognese tonight. It's going to take me 50 minutes. Right? But it's pretty fucking good. I like it. Now, what about instead of making 3 portions, I make 6, right? And I go on to shareaplate.com and I just say, guys, doing a spag bowl tonight, right? I'll do you a portion, £2.75, and then anyone in the area can go, you know what, Doug's spag bowl, boom, I'm in. I'm gonna come and collect that because then I'm doing it anyway. Might as well make 8 or 9 quid off extra portions for me spag bowl.
So have you ever heard like food licensing laws? You know, I mean, I can
opt out of those.
Yeah, I mean, selling for profit without an inspected kitchen, 1, fines, just like absolutely rinsed, 12 grand, probably something like that. You're done. 2nd, people that want to buy the offcuts of Doug's Bolognese. I don't know what that journey is going to look like, both for seller and buyer. Yeah, horrendous idea. I mean, I understand, and I like the way that you're thinking food waste. You're thinking this, you're thinking that. Stick it in the freezer and eat it in a week yourself.
All right. 3rd idea. I've not landed yet. I think 3. This might land for you, right? So 3rd idea. You've heard of the concept of cat cafes. You go in the cafe, there's fucking cats everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place, right?
Kitty cafes, yeah.
Cav Cafés. Everyone loves these dogs. They love them. I walk down the seafront and his gormless little face trundling along. Everyone stops. Oh, he's so cute. These fuckers are therapy dogs. They are trained. They go into old people's homes as therapy dogs. That's their thing. They've been bred to like people to like them. Little cafe, 4 of these things just trundling around. Cake, coffee, Southend High Street.
I think it's a great idea. I just think dog cafes full stop should work. The only problem is with dogs, they're not as they tend to be more reactive than cats do. If cats don't want to be around you, they'll just go and slink off and sit on a shelf that's 10 foot off the floor. If a Cavalier Spaniel doesn't like you, it's going to bark at you, it's going to shit on your feet, it's going to do whatever it needs to do. So it can be a little more challenging to control. I personally would like an English Springer Spaniel cafe. Not the crazy fucking field ones. None of those batty bastards that run around like nuts. The lazy ones that get shown. They're called bench springers. One of those. Put me in a room with like 6 or 7 of them. The hot chocolate. Good job.
All right, idea 4. We've got 3 to go. We've not got tons of time, so I'll rattle through. Okay, idea 3. So, credit control companies, where they just, you got a debt and they chase it down, whatever. They've all got. I think that industry could do with a bit of a fun rebrand. It's all like quite grim, isn't it? They're just boring professional services looking companies, blah, 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 all the same. Just create a really cool brand around credit control. You just call it like Hunters. And it's like, it's all like, Stone Age people with like bows and arrows. And it's like, and the branding is like your creditors like running through the forest and you've got your hunters like chasing them down with bows and arrows.
And that's a positive branding, obviously, experience.
Because as a buyer, you're thinking, this fucker owes me some money. I need to get them. And it's like, what do I do? I want to go to Hunters. Hunters are going to get my cash back with bows and arrows.
So what you want to do then is to basically make, for the buyer, you want the people that are going to go and kill, and they go and crush these people. Is that what you're saying?
People that they're gonna go and get your money back. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to do the same shit? The actual service, same.
As
All the
opposed to
same.
like someone called AKG or
Yeah.
KCH, you know.
Based in Sunderland, you know, these guys also based in Sunderland, but with a cool brand.
You're probably right. I could imagine that a brand that stepped into that space, they were unapologetically what they are in their branding. You know what you're getting when they phone you up if they're collecting debt from you, because if hunters are after you, you know that you've had it.
A picture of a bow and arrow is their logo.
I mean, I would also want the debt agencies to not be so belligerent as they can be, and maybe offer payment plans and be like a bit more supportive. But I think if you could get a brand that is recognisable and probably with a little bit of like eyebrow raising would probably help. Because like I say, they're always letters, these things. Whenever I've seen, back when I was a student, when I definitely didn't manage my money very well, and even as a teacher, I had a couple of things like missed council tax bills and stuff like that when I've moved rental houses. It's always letters. Always letters. Yeah, I like it. Hunters. We need to come up with a better name though.
Hunters put their feet to the fire, and the logo is a foot being fucking held over some fire.
With a stake of being branded. Pound sign in it.
I've got one more idea. Do you know what a DEXA scan is?
No.
DEXA scan, it's like a machine. You go in, it gives you your all sorts of shit, but like bone density, muscle mass, fat, all that shit.
Yeah,
really good.
They're quite cool, those.
Yeah, very cool. But you can't, it's not that easy to get a DEXA scan. You've got to go to London, you've got to go to Harley Street, whatever. There's not many of these machines. Get a little van, shove a DEXA machine in the back. You drive around to fucking gyms or where people are doing CrossFit or whatever, and they jump in the back, do the DEXA scan. You charge them 20 quid.
Are they sensitive to movement?
You'd have to be still while they're getting their scan.
Obviously, you're not driving down the pothole roads of England.
Scanning.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
You can move the fucking things around. Yeah.
Can you? Yeah. Okay. In the back of like a Peugeot Booper van or Citroen Booper or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. I think the idea of that, I think you'd need it in like a bigger, like an RV type thing. But yeah, I think anything that is short run and physically tied that you can take to cities, you could go and park on Brighton Seafront, and you can go and say this DEXA van's here for 3 days, and you probably book up. Yeah. Assuming that you can just store it somewhere safely at night and all the rest of it, because they're expensive, aren't they? I've wanted to do one because obviously I'm still kicking in at 93 kilos like a fat baby. I wanted to know what my fat ratio was because it's way too high for my age, probably. You
can get scales that do a pretty good job for 15 quid on Amazon is what I use.
The ones that pinch the fat?
No, they don't. You stand on them and they shoot like a magnetic thing through your body and it works out if you're fat or not. It's quite good.
Okay. Is that the last idea?
It is, yeah. That's
the best one. How much is a DEXA machine? Google it. See how much these are.
You can get them for 10 grand, second hand.
And how much is it typically to charge to get a scan? 150 quid or something?
I don't know, probably 20 or 30 quid would be my guess.
Oh, as low as that?
You can probably charge more. It depends. Like, it doesn't take very long, right?
How so if you can just DXA? Keep people up.
Yeah, DEXA. Like, at the moment, you'll be paying like probably 180 quid, I reckon. But that's like you go into a fucking facility, put a gown on probably.
Here we go. Let's see how much it is. NHS do them, but that'll take 5 years.
You'd be dead by the time you get your booking.
You will. It'll be like no time to actually go and do it. I see. So it's just a thing that just moves along and scans your body. 150 quid, I was right. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you could charge that if you're trundling around in a van, but...
Well, I don't know. Coming to you, rather than you going to them, you pay more for a mobile mechanic than you do if you take your car to the mechanic.
But the point is, you could charge less if you're just driving the fucking thing around.
Could you make your van like that?
Absolutely.
That's what you need to do. Yeah. And maybe Sammy could just be a model of Sammy could be in the corner. You could have dogs as well. You could combine your ideas. It could be like a DEXA dog scanning session.
Have a bobblehead on the top of the van.
Bobblehead on top of the van, yeah.
Called the DEXA Doctor. Dr.
DEXA Doctor. DEXA Doctor.
Do you want to do an outro, Rich?
I mean, that was thoroughly enjoyable. We haven't done one of these for a couple of weeks. Thank you for bringing such ludicrous ideas. If you're thinking about any branding exercises to secure your customer relationships and really elevate your position in their minds, Doug and his bobbleheads and the wider group at Marketing Pros and Kaylee are available for services. Not all ideas will be superb. Some will be absolute gold. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.